So my name is Joseph Mercier, and I'm the choreographer for Cruising Clubbing Fucking, which is premiering at Homotopia in November. It's a show I've been wanting to do for several years, and I've been slowly kind of building up the ideas and researching and developing. And it really came from my own experience in the gay scene, thinking about how gay culture is constructed and how gay culture is organized and how we meet one another. And then more importantly, I think looking at the history of that and how that has developed and how that has changed and shifted.
So it's interesting because sometimes it seems like his ideas are ideas for theatre, and then he insists on bringing them into dance and to explore them, to let that art form speak the stories for itself. And it's presenting the stories through a different angle rather than always using words to say something.
Cruising is so much about the body and gestures, because so much of it is non-verbal. The sense of touch and the sense of contact and looking at each other and eye contact and how we navigate those and how we read signs.
But it's a very physical language. There's a lot of shame around this culture for many reasons. And there's a lot of shame around sexuality in the Western world in any case. So it's interesting to really view it through the body and talk about and let the body speak the stories for themselves.
This piece is kind of me finally moving into a kind of movement style that I really just enjoy doing. So rather than the kind of like cold constraints of ballet, this piece is more about jumping around and throwing ourselves around and climbing and lifting and falling and that kind of stuff. We've had a lot of success and a lot of excitement touring around the UK, and we'd like to continue that. And I think there's something really special about being able to visit and interact with different audiences, because each audience is so dramatically different, each city we go to. And especially because the work we do has a tendency to focus on the body and queerness or gayness or senses of identity or senses of cultural identity, and how cultures and subcultures and hidden histories are kind of built and talked about. They tend to be points of discussion for audiences, so it's really nice for us to be able to go to different audiences and have these discussions and build relationships.